Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this video, we'll be analyzing about the history related questions which have appeared in Prelims 2024. So here it includes both history as well as art and culture related questions. So totally 11 questions have appeared in Prelims 2024 and I'm happy to claim that all the 11 questions can be directly answered from our notes. So history is a very vast subject. So often we fail to prioritize into what is important and what is not important. But here the crisp notes which we have prepared, so it has helped our students. So along with the discussion, I'll also be showing you the source as well. So the first question, with reference to ancient India, Gautama Buddha was generally known by which of the following epithets? So which are the various other names which are used to refer to Gautama Buddha? So the options are Nayaputta, Shakyamuni, Tathagata. So here these are the options. So in order to answer this question, we need to know the various names of Buddha. So here this is our notes. This is our crisp notes, and if you look here, so personalities and associated religion. For example, Nandavacha, Ajivika, Makkali Gosala, he belongs to Ajivika. So here Niganta Natapattu or Nayapattu. So he is a person who belongs to Jainism. It means Nayapattu or Natapattu, it's a name used to refer to Mahavira. Okay, Mahavira. So based on this clue, so let us try to answer this question. So here Nayaputta is a personality associated with Jainism. It is a name used to refer to Mahavira and not Buddha. Hence, one is wrong. So if you eliminate one, then you'll be left with 2 and 3 and only 2 and 3 and none of the above. But here Shakyamuni. So this is the word what most famously used to refer to Buddha. Hence the answer is 2 should be there, 1 should not be there. So answer is 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3. So Shakyamuni and Tathagata, these are the epithets used to refer to Buddha. So here the answer is 2 and 3. Next. So again this is a question. Consider the following information: archaeological site, state and description. So they have given 4 sites: Chandraketugarh, Iramgaon, Mangadu, Salihundam, and the corresponding state they have mentioned Odisha, Maharashtra, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. So this is a trading port town, Chalcolithic site, megalithic site, rock cut, cave shrines. So again let us try to answer this question with the help of our notes. So first Chandraketugarh. So options, the answers are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 1 and 4. So these are the options available. So let us try to find the answer. So now if you look at the ancient towns and modern states, so from our note, so these are the list of towns and modern states. So when we scan through this, we come across here Chandraketugarh. So if you observe here we have even Danyakataka as well, so which had appeared in 2023. So Chandraketugarh, if you look here, it is present in the state of West Bengal. But here in the option they have mentioned that Chandraketugarh, Odisha. So the first one is wrong. So when we eliminate one, so we'll be left with only 2 options. One is B, 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. It means 3 is common here. So we have to identify whether 2 is right or 4 is right. Okay, 2 is right or 4 is right. Either 2 will be right or 4 will be right. So we have again another source. So this is a list of Chalcolithic sites which we have compiled. Okay. So Chalcolithic sites and modern state. So here, if you scan through the list, we come across Inamgaon. It's a Chalcolithic site. It is located in the state of Maharashtra. So from this we understand that the Inamgaon, it is present in Maharashtra and it is a Chalcolithic site as well. Okay, So now the final answer is 2 is right. So obviously 4 will be wrong. So the answer is B, 2 and 3. B, 2 and 3. Next. Okay. So this question: which of the following rulers of medieval India gave permission to Portuguese to build a fort at Patkal? Okay, Patkal. So this is our source. So the medieval India notes that we have made. So here the Portuguese in India. So how did Portuguese come to India? Which all territories they captured? So all these information is present here. Especially we shall go to the next page. That is after Albuquerque. Okay. So we know that he captured Goa from Yusuf Adil Shah in 1510. Similarly, he sought permission from Krishna Deva Raya to build a fort at Bhatkal. Okay, build a fort at Bhatkal. Next, it's also there is also information pertaining to other viceroys as well. But here it is clearly visible that so he sought permission from Krishna Deva Raya. So the answer for this question, that is, who of the following rulers of medieval India gave permission to Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal? So it is Krishna Deva Raya. He gave permission to Viceroy Albuquerque. Next question. With reference to the revenue collection by the Cornwallis, consider the following statements. Under the Raitwari settlement of revenue collection, the peasants were exempted from revenue payment in case of bad harvests or natural calamities. Next, under the permanent settlement in Bengal, if the zamindar failed to pay his revenues to the state on or before the fixed date, he would be removed from his zamindari. So now let us look into our source. So here we have zamindari system and another one is Raitwari system. So zamindari system was introduced by Cornwallis and Raitwari system was associated with Alexander Reed and Thomas Munro. Okay, Thomas Munro. But here, if you look at the question, they are mentioned here as Cornwallis and here they are speaking about Raitwari system. So Cornwallis is associated with zamindari system and not with Raitwari system. Hence, option number 1 is wrong. Option number 1 is wrong. Now, under the permanent settlement system in Bengal, if zamindar failed to pay his revenues to the state, okay, so he would be removed from his zamindari, obviously. So here we have, under the zamindar system, zamindar was recognized as the owner of the land. So he have to collect the taxes and 1/11 of the share he has to keep it to himself and 10/11 of the share he has to give to the British government. Okay, British government. So yes, the second statement is right. Second statement is right. First statement is wrong. Hence, the answer to this question is 1 only. Sorry, it's 2 only. Okay, it's 2 only. Next, consider the following statements. There are no parables in Upanishads. Upanishads were composed earlier than Puranas. Okay. So when we look at any literature, so there will be parables, there will be poems. So there will be no literature that does not consist of parables. So hence the first statement is obvious. Okay. So it is wrong. There are parables in Upanishad. So first statement is wrong. First statement is wrong. Next, Upanishads were composed earlier than Puranas. So let us look into the source. So this is our source, and here in the topic called as Guptas, so we come across Puranas. The Puranas as we know them in their present form were composed during this time. So Puranas were composed during the time of Guptas. But Upanishads, they existed much before Mauryans and all. Okay, Mauryans and all. So hence, Upanishads were composed much earlier than Puranas. Yes, it is right. Okay. So Upanishads were composed much earlier than the Guptas, Mauryas, etc. So hence second statement is right. So the answer is 2 only. Next, which of the following was the latest inclusion in intangible cultural heritage list of UNESCO? Okay. So they have given all 4 options: Chow dance, Durga Puja, Garba dance, Kumbh Mela. So here all these 4, they are part of the UNESCO intangible heritage. But here the question is focusing on which one among these have been added recently. Okay, have been added recently. So let us look into our source. So again, we have made a detailed discussion here as well. But here is just a list of UNESCO intangible heritages from India. Okay. So Ram Leela was the first one to get this intangible heritage tag in 2008. Similarly, Vedic chanting and Kutiyattam in 2008. And every year or after every 2 years, so one or the other our heritage has got a tag from UNESCO. But the recent one to get, so Durga Puja in Kolkata, it got the intangible heritage tag in 2021, and the recent one to get in 2023 was Garba of Gujarat. Garba of Gujarat. So based upon that, we'll be able to answer. So the intangible heritage list of UNESCO. So the latest inclusion was Garba dance. Okay. So the answer is C. Answer is C. Next, who was the provisional president of the Constituent Assembly? Before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over. Okay. So this question can be classified under both history as well as polity. Okay, polity. So here, if you look at our notes, So here CA indicates Constituent Assembly. So Constituent Assembly first met on December 9, 1946. So Muslim League boycotted it. So because it insisted for a separate state of Pakistan. So here we come across the information that Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, the oldest member, was elected as the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly based on French practice. Okay, based on French practice. And on December 11, 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as president. Okay, president. So based on this, we can conclude that before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the provisional president. Okay, provisional president. The answer is D. Answer is D. Next, which one of the following is a work attributed to playwright Basa? So these questions are very tricky because the information is spread across various sources. But here in our compilation, we have made it the most crispy. So at the time of examination, if we are able to revise, then it would be more than sufficient. So here to this, I will just point out the sources in our notes. So okay. So here the work and authors. So this information I have compiled. So here, if you come across, Mahabhashya has been compiled by Patanjali. Kavyalankara, it has been composed by Bama. Okay, Bama. Next, Madhya Vayoga has been compiled by Bhasa, and Natya Shastra has been compiled by Bharata Muni. Okay, Bharata Muni. So based on this, we can answer that. So it's not Kavyalankara, it is not Natya Shastra, it is not Mahabhashya. So Bhasa has written what? Madhyama Vayoga. Okay, Madhyama Vayoga. So answer for this question is C, Madhyama Vayoga. Okay. So these questions are what? Very tricky because it requires a lot of information that has to be retained intact. Okay, intact. But here we have made that information very, very crispy. Okay, very, very crispy. So I urge you to download our application and get access to all the crispy notes. Okay, crispy notes. Next, another question. Sanghabhuti, an Indian Buddhist monk who traveled to China at the end of the 4th century AD, was the author of the commentary on. Okay, so he was the author of the commentary on which Prajna Parimita Sutra, Visuddhi Magga, Sarvastivada Vinaya, Lalita Vistara. Okay, Lalita Vistara. So here, let us look into our source. So again, the table is very lengthy. Only the selective part I have taken the image of it. So if you look here, Visuddhi Magga was written by Buddha Ghosha. Prajna Parimita Karika is associated with Nagarjuna. Lalita Vistara, so it was compiled by many, so there is no single author for it. Okay, author for it. So based upon this, we can conclude that Sanghabhuti is not associated with Parimita Sutra, not associated with Visuddhi Magga, not associated with Lalita Vistara. So he is associated with Sarvastivada Vinaya. Okay, so based on the elimination, we will be able to arrive at answer. Now this time they asked two questions with respect to UNESCO. So one is on intangible heritage, another one is what properties included in heritage list. So here, how many of the above properties were included in 2023? So World Heritage List. So Santiniketan, Rani Ki Vav, Sacred Ensembles of Hoysala, Mahabodhi Temple Complex. So all these sites, they are part of UNESCO World Heritage List. But in the question they are focusing in year 2023. How many of the above were added? Okay, how many of the above were added? So let us look into the source. So UNESCO Cultural World Heritage Sites. So Agra Fort 1983 and so on. Okay, and so on. So many sites have been added. So totally there are 34 sites from India which are part of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay, World Heritage Sites. And if you look here, in 2018 Victorian Gothic was added, and after that in 2023 Hoysalas, Ensemble of Hoysalas and Santiniketan, they were added in 2023. Okay, they were added in 2020. So from this we conclude that Dholavira was added in 2021, but now in 2023, so these two are added. So from this we will conclude it is Santiniketan and Sacred Ensembles of Hoysala. So the answer is only 2. Next, it's a modern history question. So this year the focus has been very less on modern history. So there are no questions on Swadeshi movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, quit India movement and all, but they are focused on political parties. Okay, political parties. So Bharatiya Janasangha, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, Socialist Party, C. Rajagopalachari, Congress for Democracy, Jagjeevan Ram, Swatantra Party, Acharya Narendra Dev. So how many of them are correctly matched? Okay. So let us look into our source. So here it consists our notes. It consists of information of many hot organizations and its founders. So selectively I have taken the images of where this content are present. So for example, Congress for Democracy. So it was started by Jagjeevan Ram. Okay, Jagjeevan Ram. So there are many institutes are as well. So let us ignore them. Swatantra Party was started by C. Rajgopalachari. Next, Congress Socialist Party was started by Jai Prakash Narayan, Ram Manohar Lohia, and Acharya Narendra Dev. And Bharatiya Janasangh. Bharatiya Janasangh was started by Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Okay, Mukherjee. So based upon this, if we look at this question, so what they have done? Okay, Bharatiya Janasangh, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Yes, this is correct pair. Correct pair. Now, Socialist Party, actually, Acharya Narendra Dev is associated with Socialist Party, and C. Rajgopalachari is associated with Swatantra Party. So hence, the second one is wrong, and also fourth one is wrong. And coming to Congress for Democracy, yes, it was started by Jagjeevan Ram. Hence, the answer for this question is only two. Only two. So this was the discussion about the Prelims 2024 questions with respect to history, art, and culture. So from this discussion, we understand that so close to out of the 11 questions, we are able to answer directly 10 questions and one question indirectly. So this speaks about the quality of the content that we have prepared, keeping exams demand in mind. So I'll urge you to download our application through the link which has been shared below and get access to all our crispy notes. So similarly, in the forthcoming videos, we'll be discussing about the other subjects questions which are appeared in Prelims 2024. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.